Hi. My friend asked me to sit in this week and discuss demons and deliverance. This would be a continuation of the Skinning of the Serpent series. Let me quick background on myself. I am a deliverance minister and have been a deliverance minister for over 20 years. Came to Christ quite reluctantly, I might add. I was enjoying serving the other side, as it were. I had a pretty good situation going on. I was drinking like a fool, drug addict, enjoying life to the hilt. And every time somebody told me about Christ, I laughed at them. Why? Because it seems like everything that happened was God's fault. It seems like a Christian, all he wanted to do was blame God. Blame God for this, blame God for that. It was God doing this, it was God teaching me a lesson here. All these great and wonderful things that that we're supposed to follow this wonderful, omnipotent God, and he's just a mean son of a gun, if you ask me. At the time, why would I serve a guy like that? For me, it was giggles, man. I mean, I'm out there sinning, and it was fun. What am I going to serve a God like that for? Lo and behold, this person, when he explained Christ to me, he said that Christ is power. He said that we had power over the principalities of darkness. He said we had power over that which afflicts us. He said we have power over sickness. We had power over the grave. That we could choose. That it wasn't all God's fault. That it was our fault if things went wrong. That if we didn't pray, if we didn't take authority, it's on us. I like that. I'm a type A personality. I want to be in charge. Christ gives me that ability. That's why I became a Christian. That's how I got involved in deliverance ministry. Deliverance ministry is one where it's not a spooky, it's not hocus pocus, it's nothing that is crazy. A lot of deliverance ministers run around going, oh, I'm so excited, I get to cast out Satan, I'm casting out all... That's not a deliverance minister. I guarantee you there's never been one deliverance minister that cast out Satan. Satan is where the Bible said he is. They're not casting out Satan. I don't even think Hitler or some of these other evil sons of guns had Satan in them. They had demons, but they weren't Satan. They were henchmen that reported, but they weren't Satan. Trust me, the Bible's very clear on that. And not everything that's wrong with you is due to a demon. Demons have no more power in our life than that which we give them. I'll repeat that. The only power that a demon has in your life is that which you give him. If you are addicted to alcohol, if you're addicted to drugs, if you're addicted to anything, it's not a disease. It's pure selfishness, and it's a flaw in you. We can fix that. Now, it ain't a disease. Alcoholism, drug addictions, they're not diseases. There's overcoming it through the power of prayer, and it can happen, and it will happen. We cast out that which we can, that which we can't cast out because it's a flaw in your personality. The Bible can talk, the Bible fixes. I'm telling you, as a former alcoholic, as a former drug addict, never went to one AA meeting, I've never even had another drink. In 19 years, I put it down, walked away. I haven't had a cigarette in 17 years. Put them down, walked away. You can do the same thing. It's not the demon. It's the lifestyle choice. It's what you do. We do not scorn. We do not hate. We do not chastise anybody for what they are. A deliverance minister loves. A deliverance minister has the knowledge. A deliverance minister has the power through Christ to help, and that's what we are to do. We are to help. There's lifestyle choices, there's lifestyles. I don't care about any of those. Our job is to love you. Our job is to give you a way out. Our job is not to judge you. Our job is not to say, well, you have to do this. Our job is not to run up to you and pray and say, let me cast that demon out of you. People just want to be loved. We have to explain to them. We have to minister. That's what a deliverance minister does. And then when it comes time that you want to change something, that you want to make a lifestyle choice, then we take out the garbage. That's all we do. There's nothing romantic, there's nothing big, there's nothing Hollywood about being a deliverance minister. It's taking out the garbage. It's a lot more detail that I'm giving you here, but my main purpose of discussing deliverance ministry today is A, there's not a demon behind every corner. B, a deliverance minister is number one and first and foremost a lover of Christ and a lover of you. We have to minister love. I fear no demon. I fear nothing to do with Satan. I fear it not at all, because my God's bigger. When I walk into a situation, I've been in haunted houses, they're real. Ghosts are real. All these things are real, but they're nothing to fear. You don't fear them because you have the power. You have the backing of the Almighty. None of these things are even remotely fearful. More on that to come. I want to finish up with this: generational curses. Generational curses are probably the number one perpetuator of sin, the number one perpetuator of calamity in a person's life. If you read Deuteronomy, you'll see that sin will be, when you commit a sin and it's an abomination to God, you will visit that 10 generations. So if you say, well, I don't know why I drink, I'm just so, I'm compelled to drink. Could it be a demon? Yes. Could it be a generational curse? Probably more to the point. Alcoholism runs in families. Break the curse through the power of Christ and move on. Get a hold of it. Start educating yourself on this. I caution you on educating yourself on demons. When you educate yourself on demons, you take your eyes off Christ. You have to know the enemy and his wiles, but you have to know Christ first. If you educate yourself more on the enemy than you do on the love of Christ, the enemy becomes stronger in your life than the love of Christ, because you're not schooled in Christ, you're schooled in the demon. Which one do you think about the most? Exactly. The one that has no power. Then you start giving that power. When you break a generational curse, there's things that are curses. Homosexuality is a generational curse. This is not to denigrate homosexuals, even though I've never met a happy gay person. I'm not denigrating them. I'm not saying, oh, they're evil and they're that's it. It's a generational curse. If you don't want to be a homosexual anymore, a good deliverance minister can help with that. But this is not to pass judgment. I pass no judgment. It's not my place. That's not what a Christian does. And if a Christian's passing judgment on you for anything, I would welcome you to walk away from that Christian. A Christian is to educate. A Christian is never to pass judgment. The Bible clearly states, judge not, at least ye be judged. Because every time you're judging somebody, a pastor friend of mine, Pastor Tim, very influential man in my life, he's very much man of grace. He says, give grace, and you will receive grace. If you don't wish to be in any situation that you're in, you shoot me an email through this and I can talk you through it. But I pass no judgment. Break generational curses. Demons are not behind every log. They're not behind every rock. They're not the cause of your every problem. If you're an alcoholic, if you're addicted, if you have gambling, you're selfish. You care more about yourself. Paul talked about crucifying the flesh. You don't have a disease. You have a selfish problem. We need to be better. Find Christ. I'll be back.